And you're prepared for the rainbow when it drop, it's a blow up. H2O clouds submerged, that's a roll up. Indicate locked and on sight when the nest came. Watch a nigga spray for separate words when the nest say. Did what we had to do, full for the sensei. Full body control, did whatever the sensei. Now our numbers together, shot up like the Kempe. Linked up with the Pops, the Don Perry Young Way. Yeah, healing back at the olive tree. Two branches unchained like former parolees. Feet shy with the word cracking the concrete. Unity means an increase, that's how it should be. That's right. Yeah, blood thick in the water combined. We could build, call the Lord to heat up the mortars. Joshua 6 united, it's an all-out slaughter. Sons of Judah and Eve for more the size of the altar.
The reason why it's important that we grab that, right, is because you have to see the relevance of the Bible today. Because a lot of the times the pastors inside of the church, y'all go to church? You go to church? All right, Lena, you go, okay. A lot of times when we go to church, we hear maybe a scripture. If he's real good, maybe two. And then he'll just ramble on about that, and somehow it just goes into prosperity. And it's almost like, where is the relevance of the Bible in our lives today? What about the stuff that's going on in the streets today? Okay, I hear you, pastor, but we just got one of our brothers had a knee on his neck for over 8 minutes. Can you talk about that? What does the Bible say about that? What does the Bible say about our lives today? So the relevance of the Bible is, there's a certain people, listen to me, Diana. There's a certain people that was going to go through a lot of hell because they didn't keep the commandments. And one of the main things that you can identify who these people are is the ones that had went on slave ships. Right. You see that? What's going on, bro? What's your name, man? Wayne? Oh, that's easy. I got a brother named Wayne. All right, so one of the easiest ways that you can put the relevance to the Bible is seeing that the ones who went on slave ships are the ones who God calls his people. Right. Watch, read that again, verse 68. Now, Wayne, what we're doing is we're talking about nationality, right? So I'm just catching up, Tiana and Lena. I'm just catching them up real quick. Bear with me. We're talking about nationality, right? For a long time, we've been taught that we were, like, for example, what's your nationality? Okay, so for example, that, right? American, black. Hold that. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. American, black. Some that claim they clever say Asiatic black. Some say, they say their religion like Baptist or whatever the case is. A lot of our nationality has been erased from our minds, our history. Like if I was to ask, let me start with Wayne. If I was to ask you, what God did we serve before 1619 when we got over here? Who would you say? White guy. You say the white guy before 1619. Okay, what about you? You don't know? You don't know? That's the problem. When we start to dig inside of our history, we can't go anywhere before 1619 when we came over here on slave ships. Right. That's what the Bible brings relevance to, because way before 1619, thousands of years ago, Moses prophesied y'all gonna go on ships because you ain't keep the commandments. Right. Guess who we serve? We serve the Lord God of heaven and earth. That's a black man according to the Bible. Right. Watch this. I'm going to give you the scripture. Wayne, I want you to listen good. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Now, an ox and an ass. Would y'all agree those are two dumb animals? Right? An ox, an ass. It says an ox knows his owner and the ass knows where he comes from. Right? But watch what he makes a comparison to.
But Israel.
Who?
But Israel.
Now, that's who we are. Where we at? Oh, hold on. That's what we are. Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all the way down to Naphtali. That's who we are. The Israelites. He said, but Israel, read.
Does not know.
So Israel doesn't know. They don't know who we are. They don't know their nationality. Read.
My people does not consider.
Right. Nor do we consider where we came from. So the proof of that, when I asked what your nationalities were, it was either American or you was taught that you was American or black, right? Or you can't go even further back than 1619. That's the proof of that. That's how you know that this is talking about us. That's why I'm bringing relevance to it. All of this history that happened to us, the lynchings, they grabbed our babies by one leg and then dashed them against a stone. All of that stuff happened. This is real history. They don't show. All they show us on TV is our brothers and sisters, our ancestors getting whipped on the back, maybe a lynching, and then the ship. There was much worse. There were full towns that we go on now that were drowned in lakes. Right. Tulsa, Oklahoma, a lot of us just found out about that. That was a 100-year secret. Black Wall Street, y'all ever heard about that? Yeah, y'all heard about it. When did you hear about it?
Probably like 2010.
2010, okay. You heard about it? When did you hear about it? Around? Oh, a little while ago? Okay, so good, good. A lot of our people are just finding out about it 100 years after it happened. But that's because they hide those things. They don't want you to know that the one who you call Jesus Christ is bombing your communities.
Right.
Is putting lead inside of your water.
Right.
The ones that's actually called your enemy. Because they put this image right here. A whole purpose of when we came over on ships, they wanted to say, okay, let's get these Negroes away from their homeland. Let's set them, now, as we have them in slavery, we need to make sure that we give them a God. Hold on. Now, we need to make sure we give them a God to worship. But how is this God going to look? Let's make him look like us. That way we won't have problems on our plantations. You ever read the Willie Lynch letter? No? There's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm gonna give you a point. Go to Deuteronomy 28, read verse 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee.
Now think about who is it talking about, Tiana? Who is he talking about? He said he will scatter thee.
The people?
What people?
Us.
Us. You agree, Lena? Okay, he says us. He'll scatter us, right? Listen good.
Among all people.
So it says among all people. Now when it's saying all people, who is it talking about, Lena? Nah. He said he'll scatter us among all people. So who's the all people? Think about it now. What about you, Tiana? The masses. Name some of the masses. What's the nation of some of these masses? Think about them. Like outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, what other nations are there? Got Europeans. Okay, there we go. What's another one? You say a lot. Okay, all right, Chinese. You got the East Indians that's over there in India, right? You got the Japanese. You got the real Africans, because that's not what we are, by the way. Give me the Zondervan. The real Africans. You got the Arabs. All of those people, we were scattered amongst all of them. Because look at the sign again. That's why I have this here, right? Look at the sign again. Lena, real quick, I want you to look at this sign. Look at this sign. Now, tell me. Now, Tiana, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what you see. Just explain to me what you see.
I see Africa when we was there.
Uh-huh. Okay, you see Africa where we was there. Okay, then what? What else do you see?
Where we was brought to, where they, I guess, transported us to.
Okay, right. What about you, Lena? What do you see? What do you see on this sign here? Uh-huh. Think about it now. Look, check. All right, look at the bottom. What do you see at the bottom? Let's start there, and we will work our way up. What do you see at the bottom here? Because we're about to read the scripture. I'm going to show y'all that this is in the Bible that's in your churches. Huh? All right, slavery. Right? Okay. So now you see that they had packed us up like sardines. Right? Okay, now I want you to think about this. These ships had to cross these waters over. Now you see South America. Y'all see the who's usually down in South America? The so-called what? That's us, right? But it's not the so-called African Americans, is it? No, it's the Hispanics. The Hispanics are the ones that had came down to South America, Central Mexico, right? So that they are our people. They are our brothers. They had took them over from Africa, brought them over this way too. And then this is where we came, over here to America, right? But look at this also, because a lot of us like to believe in Muslim. You see these arrows that's inside of Africa? That's the sub-Saharan slave trade. Look at this. That's the sub-Saharan slave trade. The Arabs had sold us not just, it wasn't just over the Atlantic, because that's what they teach us. We also got sold up to Spain. We got sold up to Lisbon. We got sold to the UK. Got sold, look at this, watch this. The Arab slave trade to Asia. The Chinese had a part of us. We built the Great Wall.
That's right.
All of this, even Madagascar. All of this. This is where it says that he was scattered thee. We was all over. And look, what we're reading is the Bible. I want you to see the Bible is talking about this. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So you see that it says the Lord will scatter you among all people. What was once prophecy is now history. Read.
From the one end of the earth.
So from the one end of the earth.
Even unto the other.
Even all the way to the other side of the planet. Read.
And there.
Once you get off the ship.
Thou shalt serve other gods.
Pause. It says once you get off the ship, you will serve other gods. Right? Now, when we came over on this side, pay attention to Jan. When we came over to this side, right? What is the main God that we served on this side of the world? South America, Central, North America, where we at? What's the main God that we serve here?
God that they told us to serve.
Which is what?
Jesus Christ.
You said Jesus Christ. Okay, we're getting somewhere, right? Now, this is how they did it. I want you to look. Let me look. Right. Let me see. Say, where's the one? Here it is. Yeah, right here. All right, now this happened to our Northern Kingdom brothers. That's the so-called Hispanics, but it also happened to us. Look at this photo right here. Right here. Right? Now, it's a bit blurry, but I want you to tell me, what do you see they're doing? What do you see they're doing to us? Just take a look. What's this look like right here? That T right there.
Oh, that's a cross.
That's the cross, right? Now, when they came over, they had forced this on us. But see, in order to force it on us, what they did to us, look at that. Right, they tied us up. And they forced us, right? They forced us to accept the cross. So he said, you will serve other gods. Now, that was here, right? But what about this? What about, they forced us to serve that. But what about over here? The Arabs. What did they force us to do with that? What's the main Arab religion right now? Lena, you know? The main Arab, what do the Arabs do as their main religion? Tiana? You don't know? The cobblestone. You know what the cobblestone is? Okay, Muslim. Islam, right? Their main religion is Islam. But watch what the prophesies here. It says he will scatter you and you will serve other gods. And watch the main two.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Meaning our ancestors. Our ancestors never used to serve. Right, or... Right, Islam, right, come on.
Even wood and stone.
Right. Wooden cross, cobblestone. We never used to serve Christianity the way it is today, right? Or we never used to serve or go under Islam. That was never what we did. Right. He said, your fathers never knew about that. I gave you commandments to keep. These are the ones that you keep. But once you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to give you to another nation. And then they're going to force you to serve the cross. And once they give you to serve the cross, right, thank you. Once they get you to serve the cross, they're going to give you different denominations of their religion. Let's name a couple, right? They're going to give you Baptist. They're going to give you Mormon, Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Pentecostal. All of these, do y'all fall into one of these that go to church? Baptist, what about you, Lena? Baptist? Okay, that's usually most of us. All of these, you see how recent these are? 1608, 1830, 1863, 72, 1901. The Lord in the Bible, he said never. He never said anything about us serving these gods here. He never said anything about us serving these gods here. Because all they teach is one main thing. That demon right there.
That's right.
All of them. Doesn't matter which denomination, they teach that demon. Now, is that inside the Bible? Let me ask you that. Yes. Demon. El Diablo. The prisoner. This is in every church. Do y'all agree? It's also inside of a lot of our grandmothers or some of our homes, right? I'm going to get some. Revelation, chapter 1. I want you to listen real good to this. He said he will scatter you and you will serve other gods. Now, they forced us to do it, and this is the image they put in their head. This one. But this is what we got to put in our heads now. Read Revelation 1 and 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now, Tiana, what's the root word of revelation? The root word. Where does it come from? Like, how do you say, like, revelation to reveal. Right, to reveal. So, to reveal, this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Right, come on.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
Right. Now John, the Revelator, he made sure that he had sent it to him. He wrote it down. John the Revelator wrote this book, right? And then this would have to be prophesied to you, his servants. Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now we're getting into the image of Christ, right? It says Christ's head, because look, he looked on Christ. Hold that. He looked on Christ, right? Matter of fact, jump up to 12. Watch this.
Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me.
Now, John, this is John. I'm going to act it out for you so you can see exactly what happened, right? He turned because Christ had called him. And so when he turned, he had saw the voice that had spoke with him, and this is what he did. Read.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
Right. So he said he saw 7 golden candlesticks that was behind him. Right. I want you to pay attention to the image and what we're reading out of the Bible. Read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
He said one that looks like, because this is the John that walked with Christ. Y'all familiar with him, right? He said this looks like somebody I used to walk with about 30-some years ago. He said this looks just like that man. It looks just like Christ. Come on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Right. Gamaliel, come here real quick. He said, so now when he looked, he said he looked at him and he said clothed with a garment down to the foot. Look at this. He said he was clothed with a garment down to the foot. Now, it's not a dress. They like to make us think it was a dress. No, Christ, the men always wore pants, and the garment was put over our clothing.
Right.
That's how it was. He was like clothed with a garment down to the foot. Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So now, the girdle, that's this part right here. That's that right there. He said, but it was a golden girdle. Right? Come on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So now he looked at him, and then observing him. Lena, I want you to pay attention now. Lena, I want you to pay attention. So he looked at Christ. John looked at Christ, and then observing him, he was like, his head and his hairs, they're white and woolly. So who has woolly hair? Think about a sheep. What? Huh? Who got woolly hair? Okay, let's see.
Us?
Yeah, we do. Okay. We got woolly hair. Of course. What a lot of us like to call nappy. We got the real woolly hair. Because it's just like sheep, like a sheep's wool. We have that. Right? Look at the image. Which one of these have woolly hair? Right. But this one don't. That's dog stringy hair. That's blonde hair.
Oh, no. That right there.
Huh? Which one of these have woolly hair, Lena?
Right there.
The black one.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the one that has the woolly hair. That one has straight hair.
Right.
Watch this. So that's strike one. Read on.
As white as snow.
So it's fully gray, just like Grandpa, right? Come on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, the whites of his eyes were red because, what was, Lena, I'm going to ask you, what was Christ's first miracle? If you don't know, it's fine. Pass? Okay, what about you, Tiana? You're not sure? Turned water into...
Oh.
There we go.
Water into fire.
Water into wine.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Turned the water into wine. Right now, he drunk some. He was at a wedding feast. It was fine. He drunk some, but the point isn't to get drunken with it.
Right.
You drink it in moderation. That's what Christ did. Watch this. Now, come on, read on. So the whites of his eyes were red because he drunk wine. Right? Come on.
And his feet.
So now his feet. Like I see your feet right now. Your feet is the same color as the rest of your body. So John scoped him. He said he have a garment, a girdle on. The head of his hairs was white and woolly. His eyes are red with wine. And his feet is what?
Like unto fine brass.
Now he's comparing it, right? Brass is what color? You say goldish? A little darker. Think about a penny, right?
Brown.
Yeah, it's brown. Is this right? This one right here? Is that brown? No, that's not. Right. That one's a little closer, right?
Right.
So he's about to make a comparison. You with me, Lena?
Not this.
Yeah, that one is closer to brown. Yeah, look. He said his feet was like, read that again from the top.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Who got a penny? Who got a penny on them? Did anybody even carry a penny? Everybody got cards now. Yeah.
But I can visualize it. It's closer to the iPhone.
I'm sure you do. I think she might have a bit of a struggle with that thing. So you have a penny, Lena? No?
No, I got quarter.
No. So, like brass, right? Brass is the color of brown, just like a penny. And when you get a penny, certain of our skin complexions match just like that copper that's on there. They're browns, right? But he said he's giving a comparison now about how the color of his feet looked. He said his feet is like fine brass, and then I'm gonna take that brass and do what with it?
As if they burn in a furnace.
And then think about it. If I take that penny and I completely burn it in a furnace, after it's done burning, what color does it come out? It's gonna be dark. You agree? Which one of these images have a darker complexion?
Darker.
Dark. Black. Boom. That's it. Jesus Christ always was and always will be a black man.
That's
That's what he's talking about, because he's describing Christ's image. And so when he looked at him, he said he got woolly hair, eyes are red, and his feet. He said, think about how he was thinking about it. He's like, man. He said, this dude is so dark. Think about it like this. I'll take fine brass, and then I'm going to burn that brass in a furnace. That's how dark he is. That's how he had to write it. So you can see just how dark he was.
Right.
So he was never that image. That image came when this happened.
Bring it out.
That image came when this happened. That is called inside the Bible and inside of Revelation, the image of the beast.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.